in the chat, come off mute, let me know how many steps do you aim for every day? Just curious, want to get an idea. And if anyone is brave enough to also share, why did you choose that number? So I see a lot of 10,000. Why have we chose the 10,000? It's pretty, I see 7,000.
Maximum points in Personify.
There we go. We got some incentives there with Personify Health. We got 7,000, 10 to 12, 14. Neurovs is very specific, 8,333. I love it. Beyond your normal activities. Awesome. Okay, so I see that 10,000 is pretty common. And the reason I'm asking that is because today we're just going to be talking about, overall movement, your energy, recovery, and just finding the right balance and why overall movement is truly so important. So we do have that number 10,000. And so the truth about like the 10,000 steps is that it wasn't actually science based initially. It was a Japanese marketing campaign in the 60s. But it stuck because it's, an easy number to remember. It's a good benchmark, and it just encourages general movement. What like truly matters is your total daily movement on a regular basis versus an exact number. So if you hit 10,000 steps every single day, that just by hitting that 10,000 steps, like your life might not be changed, but it's a great number to like reach towards. What actually they see is that just getting around 6 to 8,000 a day is still extremely impactful. Obviously, 10,000 would mean that you're just moving your body a ton more. So the key takeaway is just that 10,000 steps is a great guideline, but it's not a rule. Like you don't need to hit 10,000 to see life, to hit your goals and see life changes, but it's a really great thing to strive for. So if you are looking at boosting the amount of steps that you're getting in a day, look at your average. If you do carry your phone in your pocket a lot, it does keep track. If you don't have, a lot of us do have, watches that keep track. Look at your average and then add another 1 to 2,000 as a goal in a day. And then you're just know that you're going to be moving more than you normally do. And then the more you move, the more energy your body is using. And if you do have weight loss goals and you're eating about the same amount, then you are going to see weight loss occur. So as we're going into talking about energy, I wanted to introduce you guys to what's called your TDEE. It's your total daily energy expenditure. And so there's this chart that I'm gonna share with you guys. Let me just share my screen. Here we go. And I remember this in school, and I remember being like mind blown when I first discovered it. So this chart was by the American College of Sports Medicine, and everyone else uses it now as well. But your TDEE, so your total daily expenditure, is just how much energy your body uses in a day. And so when we look at this pie chart, truly, about 60% is going to be your basal metabolic rate. So that's how many calories your body burns at complete rest to keep you alive, to keep blood flowing, to keep your heart working, your liver's functioning, breathing. So majority of the calories burned in your day are just your body keeping you alive. Then when we look at the more we move, the red part is our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that's shortened as NEAT. So 25% of the more your body, or 25% of your day is let me reword that. If you're going to be moving your body, it makes up 25% of the energy that your body is using. Then when we look at exercise activity thermogenesis, that's only 10%. And that's when you're going into the gym, doing a structured workout. And I just remember when I was in school and I saw that, like, wow, only 10% of how much movement I do in my workout counts towards the amount of calories that are burned in a day or how much energy my body uses. That's wild to me. I just thought it would be so much more. Um, then another area that your body uses energy is going to be the thermogenic effect of food, so TEF. And that's about sometimes it's 5 to 10%. And that's just how many calories your body uses to like break down and use the food that you're ingesting. So as you can see, the NEAT, so the exercise where you're not truly coming to the gym and moving around. This is you parking, walking into the office. It's you taking the stairs compared to the elevator. It's you doing chores at home. That is, it's so important. It's where the more you do, the more changes you're going to feel in your body, the better you're going to feel. So I just remember when I first saw that pie chart, I was just shocked. I thought that exercise would do a lot. And it's not to say that I want you exercising in the gym less, but I want you moving your body more outside of the gym in your day to day. So small increases in steps are really going to help you see that. Um, and it takes you outside of the gym. It boosts your mobility, your recovery. And so when we look at movement as recovery, um, let's first like define what recovery is. And I also want to see if Zach is in here yet. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
he
here.
is. Yay. Okay. I was like, is Zach here? Do
I
you want
messaged
to
you
chime
my
in anywhere there?
yeah, my computer froze literally at 2:30 and it
Oh,
took
that was
forever
nice.
to reboot. So, I was just at IT this earlier today, but no, yeah, just like that chart, I think a big thing for everyone to think about is using exercise to kind of um, be your main source of burning calories is like an uphill battle. Um, so yeah, so like making more daily habits of walking and then prioritizing like your diet and strength training, aka boosting your metabolism. It's a more effective way in the long term. Because yeah, I have a bunch of clients who like they'll get so much steps on the weekend because like they're out gardening, they're playing with their kids, and like they're actually burning a lot more than if they did like a workout with me, right? So yeah, it just kind of eye opening, like Hannah said, to see that you don't have to like go in the gym for hours, but like if you're just active outside and doing the little things, it goes a longer way.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, I remember I just don't know why I was like, holy crap, I'm in the gym. I just need to move my body more. And I remember after that class, I don't think I never take an elevator unless obviously there's like 25 floors. But and I'm always parking further than instead of being as close to the door as possible, just anything I can to move my body more. Because like I said, it also aids in recovery. And so especially during Global Wellness Challenge, if we are doing a lot more steps or we're joining more classes, or the weather's nice and we're just starting to be more active, a lot of my clients will be like, okay, I need a rest day. And that rest day, I'm all about rest days, but I'm about active recovery rest days. So like active rest days where instead of, doing nothing, going for a walk, doing maybe some light cycling, yoga or stretching, some mobility work, but getting your body moving is going to be way more impactful than truly like doing nothing. You're going to notice like it increases your blood flow to help reduce the soreness and the stiffness. It supports mobility of your joints. It even helps your nervous system regulate. And so active recovery, I tell you all, like you rest days are good, especially when you tie in the active recovery to it. So if during this global wellness challenge, if you're going to be moving a lot more than you normally do and you're feeling aches and pains and your hips are stiff, it's good for a recovery day, but that does not mean sitting on the couch and sitting in the chair and not doing much. It's maybe coming in the gym and using the foam roller and doing that for a session instead of going for a run. Allow your body to rest because that's going to be just as important as the movement that you're doing. What are your takeaways there, Zach?
Yeah. For me, like a rest day is I either do like a nice walk, or like if I'm at the gym, I like to just pick like maybe a movement where it's not like an exercise, but maybe I'm gonna practice something, or I'm gonna do like a couple mobility exercises. Just something where, because like I just went on a walk today actually with someone, and we were talking about how like on your off days is probably when you should be doing mobility, because I feel like everyone in here probably has some type of movement issue. And it's not going to get better unless you address it. So I was just like, oh, if you want your hips to get better, like you could do these two things on off days. So that's kind of like what I like to tell people on rest days. But yeah, I do like I don't bike, but like always plan, like if I'm not going to work out, I like to just do a nice walk. Like it's not intense,
Yeah.
but it's outside or something like that. So
Because I think steps can be looked at as exercise, but it can also be looked at as a really good recovery tool.
yeah, and also you can kind of like separate the two. It's like you can be like, there's a difference from like doing like an intense hike or like incline walk or walk where you're going like almost 4 miles per hour to like just walking, you know? So like
Mhm.
I like a lot of us like on a rest day, it's not like you're trying to walk as fast as you can, and it's like you're just moving. Yeah, so
Yep.
so kind of like separating the two as well, because a lot of people out here walking, they like it's either
They're on
they're
a
walking
mission.
fast or they're like I'm just chilling, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then walking without looking down at your phone the whole time, like
Uh-huh.
actually, eyes are up, shoulders are back and down, so you're not adding more stress to the traps that all of us have that are tight and inflamed and unhappy, and maybe paying more attention about around the scenery and taking it all in, like the beautiful trees on site, or saying hi to people that you don't normally say hi to, and so using that time for more than just exercise. Hmm.
I will say when I do my laps around here, I don't really have my phone on me. Well, I do. It's in my hot pocket, but I'll be looking at the people coming, and sometimes the people they won't look up, but I'm like ready to say hi. So
Oh,
I
totally.
don't know if
Same.
that's any of you over there. You better say hi to me next time.
Hi. I uh I experience that same thing all the time too. I think sometimes they'll see us and they're like, drop your heads and hide. But human
Yeah.
connection is so important. It's so good. Um, so also like when we're talking about recovery, I know you guys have all heard us, but foam rolling. I know a lot of you have a foam roller that sits at home and it collects dust in the corner. So, like if you have a show you're watching at night, it doesn't take a long time, but your calves are probably tight if you're doing a lot more steps these next 6 weeks than normal. So sit on your butt and prop yourself up a little bit and like roll out those calves and get that release to occur in that area, because they will tighten up over time, especially if they get neglected.
Yeah. I was just talking to someone right now, and we're talking about like recovery or rest days, and yeah, if you have a foam roller, like to pair it with some stretching or mobility is probably best. So like, you could do a minute or 10 rolls on your calf and then your other calf, and then maybe you stretch that calf for a minute. And then you could
Hmm.
just think about any muscle. Oh, my shoulders are tight. I'm gonna foam roll my upper back, my lats, and then I'm gonna do a child's pose for a minute. So if you could just pick something like that, it only takes 5 minutes or less, and that would be awesome.
Yeah, and we have them in the gym, and it'll surprise you if you just hop down and like cross your arms over and roll out your back, like how good it feels.
Hmm.
So take advantage. I do have a question in the calf. Can a tight calf cause an Achilles tear? Anything extremely tight can cause like a tear of a tendon, and so there is that like possibility. Don't be extremely like cautious or weary unless you're dealing with a lot of pain, and maybe have your doctor or physical therapist check that area out as well. I unfortunately had a lot of teammates go through Achilles tears, and they're not fun. But you usually start to notice the warning signs with that one compared to other ligament tears. But definitely getting working out those calves feels good. It can help. Expect standing on a slant board and getting that full ankle stretch, because a lot of us are lacking ankle mobility. And you'll notice that in your squats. If you do a squat and your heels are lifting up the ground off the ground, you've got some tight calves and Achilles, and we want to get you on those slant boards and the foam rollers, getting those loosened out. I think also a good recovery tool is yoga. You're a little in tuned with your body. There's someone's going to be walking you through that, working on your breath work as well. And I know during these 6 weeks of the Global Wellness Challenge, we've got free yoga going on at a few of our sites. So definitely take advantage of that if you can. Um, Massage therapy is another great tool. Someone actually working on and releasing your tight and painful areas. So that's something to check out. But the other three that we haven't talked about a lot that are, almost more important than those others are going to be hydration, food, nutrition, and sleep. And so we want to be in tune with those three as well, making sure that we are hydrating our body, we are fueling ourselves appropriately, and getting quality sleep, because that's when our body recovers and gets ready and builds and gets put back together for the next day or days.
Yeah, if like Hannah said, it's a most boring answer, but sleep is the best indicator of like recovery, or like if you're overtraining. So like if your sleep's good and you're feeling like overwhelmed and everything, and you're working a lot, you're moving a lot, maybe you're not eating enough. And I know that seems like a lot of people, if you're moving more, you feel like you're going to eat less so you could lose weight or anything. But if you're feeling like super like stressed, and like you feel like you're sore all the time and you're not getting stronger, and if you've been like cutting your calories, like eating enough protein and food is actually going to help you in the long run. So I don't know, that's just something to think about. Like if your
Mm-hmm.
sleep's good, you feel like you work out a lot, you're lifting weights, you're doing cardio, you're everything. There's a couple things. Maybe you're under eating or you're doing too much. So some of you, like there's a lot of people
Yeah.
who work out a lot, and yeah, and if you
And
feel
that's
like your
when
sleep sucks, yeah.
and that's when a good rest day of going on a leisure walk is really good, and
Yeah, don't
allowing
turn
your
it into a
body.
run.
Don't turn it
Or
into a run. Like, allow yourself to rest. I'll never forget when I started actually exercising less and prioritizing like rest days and listening to my body, and then feeling really good on my lift days. I saw the most results and I felt the best, and I give myself grace. And mentally, I had a much better relationship with exercise and food as well. And so I hope, like, I want everyone to get to that point.
yeah.
Um, I did want to share. So, one other tool that I'm going to share after this call is going to be, if you guys recall, in April last year, I know a whole year ago, we did offer this program called Release and Recover. And there's still some really great resources here. So, I'm going to share it with you all again, if you didn't do this program, or maybe you just want to get it save it again. But if you do deal with certain areas of discomfort, whether it's your shoulders, your upper back, like those traps I talked about, or that would be more in the cervical and neck area, or your feet, ankle, your wrists and hands, low back, hips, or knees. Um, all of these are videos on how to release them. So using a massage ball or a foam roller. So if you want to get more educated and confident with the foam rollers and release techniques for yourself, this is where you would find that. And then good stretches for those areas. When you want to take stretches more so to a like mobility, you can also, instead of like holding, you can just like push into the stretch and then push out of the stretch and then push into the stretch and push out. I've been reading a lot more that mobility work is almost going to be a little bit more impactful for improving your joints range of motion and your tightness and stiffness than just like static stretch holds. Um, so I don't know, have you been seeing that too, Zach?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a yeah, doing the mobility is a little better.
Mhm.
Like if you want to actually make a difference in your tightness, Like stretching's great, massage is great, but when you're actually connected to the movement, that's when you can actually change how your body moves and all those compensations. So this is a great list. So like we were talking about those recovery days. If you guys with this program, I think Hannah will send it out maybe, but
Mhm.
if you just picked a couple of these, like, oh, my shoulder and my neck, I'm going to pick one of each. I'm going to do a release, a stretch, and a strengthen. You did that with a walk, that would or a light bike. That would be a really good recovery day. Like that's what
Mhm.
I would do personally.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna feel super good then for the next time you go do a lift or you go to a hit
Mhm.
class. You're gonna be like, wow, I feel really good because you got your body moving and you targeted those areas that need some extra attention. But then, yeah, there's the strength exercises too. So those areas that are usually a lot of times like tight or dealing with problems, they're sometimes weak as well. So strengthening them is really important too. So I'll share all of this with you guys. I just wanted to bring it back to your attention because this was an awesome program that we did last April.
Yeah, and they're
So
asking, you'll share it, but this document, when you click on it, it has
yes.
examples, right? Yeah.
Yes, if you click on each of these links, it will bring you to a direct video that's no video should be longer than 5 minutes. They're pretty short and sweet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
but this is the strategy that we all use for the health fitness is like especially with like corrective exercise, it's like you do a foam roll, then you do a stretch, and then you do some type of activation or mini band thing. So this is what I would recommend. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Great, cool. One other thing I wanted to talk about when we're while we have all of you is going to be the on-site 5Ks. And so it's even just 5Ks in your area. Maybe you don't have a site that you're assigned to. Um, but this is a time of year where lots of people are doing 5Ks, they're doing half marathons, they're doing marathons, 10Ks, all the things. People are backpacking. And so we just want to make sure that you are properly prepared and ready for those. So making sure that you have like training leading up to it. If you're going to be joining one of our 5Ks next week, if it's you're going to try to run for the first time, being okay with like doing a run walk and making sure you do a proper warm up and you fueled and you ate and drink were hydrated prior to it. And that goes to also if you're going to, and doing some out in the community as well. We are also here to like help put together a training plan if you're ever interested in that. Um, and so hopefully we'll see a lot of familiar faces here at our 5Ks or just chime in this chat if you do a 5K on your own or out in the community too. Um, but just overall, when you're getting going for your steps, again, like 10,000 steps is not an exact requirement. The goal is just that you're moving your body more. And that movement can look in differently. It can be the mobility, the stretches, it could be yoga, it could be just going outside and gardening instead of going through a workout if your body is telling you that you need a rest day. But the active recovery is where you're going to feel the best. Um, do we have anything else you want to chime in on, Zach, or does anyone have questions?
No, I think everyone would like if you shared that document. That's what I'm seeing in the
Yep,
chat.
I'll
So
throw it in the chat right when we jump
yeah,
off. Mhm.
yeah, Hannah will share it. But yeah, does anyone have any questions? We have some time.
What's
Well,
everyone's what area do you deal with discomfort the most? I know personally I deal with my upper traps are always there's just knots there. And I should be better at working on them.
yeah, my um, hips, knee. Mine's my hips too. It's my right hip, especially if anyone joins my mobility class. When I try to do a pigeon on my right side, it's so bad
Why do you think that is?
because I don't do the mobility. Because I don't do the
See,
things we're
we're
telling you guys to
even
do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's just not great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, hip
we've got
flexors.
calves, hip flexors, back calves. The mobility class Zach was talking about is virtual. So he can throw the link to register for that in the chat, and then I will also share that document that I just shared so that all of you that are saying, especially with the hips and the knees, you can click on those links and go through some exercises that would target those areas. Thoracic
Yeah,
spine. Hmm.
I'll try and share the link, but just so everyone knows, I know like we're talking about pain and recovery, but a lot of times, a lot of this, your body is sending pain because you're weak in an area. So oftentimes the answer to this is to, yeah, it's to really, to do some stretching and release, but it's also, you know, more importantly, what's going to make the big difference is strengthening a certain area. I mean, that's
Hmm.
all physical therapy is. If you go, is it's basically just strength training. Um, so yeah, so yeah, it's the stretching and stuff can help, but you know, finding out what movements help, like in a mobility class or talking to a trainer could really help if they know what they're talking about. Um, so
Hmm.
yeah, I'll try and share the link. My computer is really bad though.
Yeah, I think a lot of times I see that people have weak glute meads. So, we have our glute max, which is the big muscle in the back, and then on more towards the sides is our glute meads. And a lot of people have very weak glute meads, and then their knees are caving in. It makes their ankles and feet do or collapse as well. Their hips feel tight and painful. And so once we just start doing a few like banded walk exercises or squats with a band on or start training some staggered RDLs and such, it's crazy how um, a lot of their discomfort and pain goes away just by targeting those areas. So that's a good thing to mention, Zach, is just a lot of times pain and discomfort comes from weakness areas, muscles that might be really underactivated. Mhm. It's
Yeah,
hard to be perfectly well-rounded, but a lot of times when we do assessments, we can see we'll be able to see what those muscles are and help strengthen them. But then Chris just put in the chat Hinge Health, which is an awesome benefit as well that HP pays for. And that's a free virtual physical therapist. And so you can download that and get all set up. They do an assessment. They even send you equipment. They'll send you bands, other things that you need to do your exercises, and then they'll give you your daily video exercises to go through. And I've heard people have had great results and have stepped away pain-free from working with them. And at my site, Corvallis, we're going to have Hinge Health at our 5K events next Friday. So that'll be exciting.
yeah, we'll also have them here in Boise next week. So
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay, any last minute questions? Oh yeah, walk with the doc. Is that happening in Houston or is that happened somewhere? But I think I saw Jen in here.
yeah,
Anywho, all right, team. Well, if you have any questions or you even want to hop on a virtual assessment or anything, have any questions about aches or pains, feel free to send them our way. We're happy to help. I'll send that doc to all of you, and then I'm excited to see how many steps you're getting throughout this Global Wellness Challenge and hope to see you at some 5Ks. All right, thanks, Zach.
thanks everyone.
See ya.